Hello everyone, Random Gamer Riven here for another weekday stream, and it's the start of a new week. It is in fact, what's the week commencing? The 20th of April 2020, so we're going to keep going while the current situation is ongoing over the world. But this is the Randomised Gaming weekday streams, and I hope you're all having a good Monday. I hope you've all had a good weekend. I've certainly been trying to keep myself relaxed and busy, as it can be a bit trying not being able to go outside that much, sadly, but alas, those are the current restrictions in my country. So but that's okay, because I'm a gamer and I'm not short of games to play. Now, this is Goblin Commander. This is one of the few RTS games on the Gamecube that I can actually think of. I think there was an Army Man RTS game that, knowing the Army Man brand of games, was likely, how do we say, not very good. That's about it. I know some people were saying Pinkmins were RTSs. I'm not entirely sure, because you kind of directly control one character and sort of influence. I would say the Pinkmins are more sort of it could be RTS. It's an interesting one. I'm not entirely sure whether they quite fall under. So this is Goblin Commander, and you're going to have to excuse me because it has been a very long time since I played this, that I can't even remember who in the randomised game team actually bought this one. It's a really, really old game, and well, it comes from 2003, so yeah, I suppose it is very old now. Even the SNES is ancient, and even the NES is, and prehistoric these days compared to many modern gamers. But this is one of the few RTS games. I'm going to plug in my headphones. I think there may well be a lot of dialogue and such. And oh no, I did go live. That's the one thing I have to keep remembering, is press the go live button. So here goes with I'm going to do a bit of the campaign of Goblin Commander. You will have to bear with me a little bit, as I have not played this in a long time, so I'm not going to know the controls or anything. This is in fact the first time. Usually I do a dry run of some games. I mean, some games like Fire Emblem I know off the back of my heart, but this is an RTS. This is going to be an interesting one. This is actually quite a good game. It's from Jaleco, of all companies. I think it's actually from their US division at the time. Jaleco has quite an interesting history of changing studios, etc. and whatnot. But here goes with Goblin Commander. So I'm just going to start a new game. Nog, yes, that's a typical orc name. I'll call myself Nog. Yes, there is no memory card in slot. Oh. I think we do have a save somewhere, but I wasn't going to boot it up. And yes, I am running in for ATP.
Our story is not one of providence, not one of divinity or evolution from the primordial slime. Those stories we leave to humans and their endless thirst for pride. Our kind was not so much born as we were created, wrought through the power of the Moonstone by the human Frasiel. At once granted purpose, granted life, and made whole. Summoned to serve as laborers on what would be his most ambitious achievement, a great machine that would grant us power beyond our wildest dreams. As 5 we began, but many more would follow, scattered to gather resources throughout the vast lands of Ogress. It was a good life, working for that which we were created. But as they say in the Master's tongue, nothing can last forever.
I feel like there should be a moo ha 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 at the end of that. Nothing can last forever. Moo ha 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 ha. Yes, that sounds better.
Siche, siche. Visha, say she say.
So, Sorcerer, Dark Magic, Sinister Tower, we can guess where this is all going, can't we? Something spectacular is going to go wrong.
Dolcete, verxeta inum dulce. Tesate do rarin mesete.
The control sticks, so use to move the use the control sticks to move. We are Cromler. So C sticks zoom in and we can move Cromler. Zoom. We can't actually tilt the camera angles at the minute. Press A on the brake. South help pad at the southeast end of the room. Oh, there we go.
Set. Set armor.
Okay, it's got some actually quite nice tight controls, I have to admit. It's actually this was actually quite a good looking game as well. You can see there the sort of visuals. Although I can't rotate the camera, the goblins actually look pretty good. It reminds me of like Warcraft 3 in fact. It's the centre of the next room. Attacking rocks at the minute. Okay, not the most enthralling start, but it's basically designed to get you mechanically used to the controls, which is Okay, it's clobbering time, as a certain Marvel character would say. And how many of these chaps can I kill without losing too many my guys? Yes, very Warcrafty 3. Actually, for a cube game, certainly an RTS, it's actually very good looking to take direct control. Unit the commander will now follow the unit. Oh, I see. I can take direct command. And I can actually manually attack as well. Okay, so how do I manually? Destroy the boulders. Oops, a daisy. I'll just wreck the equipment. Domestic console RTS are... It's always largely been a genre that has traditionally been PC led, so it's certainly a genre that one that always feels a bit odd with consoles, although I do like it when it's done on consoles well. Certainly on the 360 there was actually an awful lot of RTSs, but traditionally on the sort of Saturn and PlayStation and the Gamecube era there weren't a huge number. Although they did get a few exceptions, so notably you had Warcraft 2 on the Sega Saturn and PlayStation, with Command and Conquer pretty much on every console going. Same with Red Alert, which was right. The Red Alert was largely released on the PlayStation. We of course had StarCraft on the N64, which actually, as we discovered, is actually a pretty good version. Wondering how you undo direct control. I don't seem to be able to do. I also want to click the thumbsticks, which of course. Oh, we've got a heavy attack unit there. It's a powerful, monstrous. Wise to come in and out of. Oh, that's better now. I'm in charge of the whip goblin. Okay, he needs some food, but where do I go to heal him up? Oh, beat swing. Yeah, so you actually have direct control. This is reminding me a bit of Rampage, actually. This is actually quite good fun. This is weirdly one of those games that I think was mediocrely reviewed, but actually was actually a pretty darn good title. Yes, it does remind me a bit of Rampage controlling this guy, so I can order the Stone Crusher clone around, just crush stuff. I'm just sort of whipping everything as I go and see what drops. So this is obviously the big sort of monstrous unit. And this is the first stage. It's actually quite good fun, just being quite a nice little stage to introduce you. I'm going to see if I can eat these guys. Heal up. It said I can heal up with the big dude. Yes, so eating them heals up. Can I eat this thing? Probably just got to mash this thing. So that first mission is very much story driven, sort of an interface thing just to get used to controls. But it's quite nice. They would take big hold and big monsters. Smashing stuff, always good in a video game. Well, this is the Goblin Commander Cromwell. Enter the clan, try and create 5 mines. I mean, certainly, actually, as an RTS game, it's pretty good. It was a bit of a sort of unknown game at the time. God knows how well it sold. Probably not particularly well, sadly. So if I enter, so we can build miners. You can buy Goblin Unlocked Cage. Your units to navigate the control stick when high. No can't kill more than 10 goblins at any notice. So your miner is your basic 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can actually upgrade your equipment as well. So I'm going to take direct control of these guys. These are basically a sort of clobbering unit. Collect gold by smashing boulders. Okay. So the basic resource smashing, I think some of the resourcing in this is a bit limited later on, but I might be wrong. As I said, it's been a very long time since I last played this. So it literally is all new to me. I can now tilt the camera left and right as well. That's actually the way I came. It's equipment upgrading time. So I just upgraded my shield and my attack, so that means I got upgrade. Just head out again. Okay, I thought the exit was slightly disconcerting, as I thought it was out this side, but it might. Yes, you know, you can only change it left and right the camera. Or when you are in the direct control view. World. Oh, pardon me. The music's giving me a slight Panda Raccoon vibe at the minute, which is a bit weird.
Setama. Dolcete. Verxeta inum dulce.
Okay, so we're back to the clans trying to build some more stuff. And it's actually a very nice, it's well designed console game. I mean, it's one of those games that you don't hear too much about, but it's definitely worth a go if you're an RTS fan. So we've got the miners and the rock for at present.
Set, ducha set, dedo.
Well, they said the little guys wouldn't survive long against the worms. They all seem to do pretty well. Each clan with one Titan and one turret associated. It's crushing time!
No, sated.
We have no need for a turret right now. Boo!
Suset, sute.
And once again, I'm smashing stuff. Oh, those do give you loot. Okay, I should smash them.
Ves enumeratsetun farak. Nadinu. Lucitet. Silatakadino. Tol kashesu. Tetandakatusu.
For more turrets. Woot turrets. So as you can see, this owning tutorial section a little bit slow, but it does basically mean you're being introduced to everything as we go along. Oh, I've got to go to this building here. This one here. Select earlier, enter, and turrets. Turret select the desired unit. Oh, I still have to place the turret, so... Right, let's get the troops in before the turrets all get smashed up. Give me your loot, your loot. The reason I'm collecting loot, and as you can see, they collect the gold to build units. And just smash out whatever else you find if you want gold and bits. There we go.
Netase. Netale.
Great frags.
Tolva samachete. Soon shit safer.
Oh, we got a bard unit or a drummer.
Setama.
Bit of the drummery.
Kakasheum daka. Far to set.
Daisy was. Oh, there he is. I guess we're just following this music guy around at the minute. Rescue the 3 trapped workers. Okay, there's 3.
No Satan. Suset Sute. Nadino. Setama.
Okay, that's the 3 of them rescued. Says that as he starts looking at the oh, the blade one was actually still alive. Okay, I wondered that. As the guy hadn't run forward, so I thought. Units destroyed, 30 souls collected. So see, the Acme starts quite a nice solid title. It's definitely something, if you're an RTS fan and got a Gamecube, as there's not a huge amount of RTS games, this is probably one of the better ones. I mean, I don't think it's got huge forces battling it out like, say, Command and Conquer. I think there's quite a tight limit, but it's certainly something I think people who enjoy the genre would enjoy.
Sated. Take a tetante. Gramul. Tera setante. Fazace.
Cue our revenge plot and storyline.
Sit Grabu. Netase. Tashate do Rarik Meseter. Untet unfara. Arutres imu maratsetun farak. Bisada te suntun rorakasher. Berik unde farsets etu dragitet. Artisit. Suset Sute.
And so it begins in that iconic line. Nope, we've got stone ogres.
For Saturday, Nazareth Eshundun. Takashe Sun Taka Detasharti.
We've got an objective, so let's get all my chaps together. Take over this soul file.
Tol Kashe Sun Tetandaka to Soul.
Grifitamo Mikama Jalabe.
Nishara Tun Seti Fachi.
Now I think the water may be one of the few things that's not quite correct using Swiss to force this game to progressive scan, but largely everything else seems about right. I lost one of my chaps. Now, how do I actually? Is it possible to eat? Is it possible to eat sheep in this? Obviously not. So what we've got? Oh, gold and stuff. It's best just smash everything going in this game is to get loot, glorious loot. So what's that stone do? It's not the fastest RTS, but it's certainly a nicely crafted one. As I said, there aren't many on Gamecube or in PS2. A few more on PS2, I think, but this isn't a bad one. This is certainly one. It's not an expensive game either, so it's not a bad game if you're a fan of the genre. Individual controls and full 3D camera. Very much, yeah, the visual style does remind me a lot of Warcraft, I have to admit. So we are looking for the forces of Grax to do battle with now. They're the guys with the bow, so I need to basically deal with them as soon as I see them. There's a couple of them. Come on guys, get the stones out. I'm going to need some additional forces in a minute. What I will do, let's build, not going to build a troll just yet, I'll do another and 2 more rock throwers. And back over to my main forces. Come on guys, get stuck in. Hearing the sound of a chainsaw already. Well, it sounds like similar to a chainsaw. Not sure what type of weapon that is, but time for some heavy duty monsters. Let's get a big dude in. That's quite nice. I just noticed that the big one's got a little dude riding him. Some nice touches in this actually.
Zafete. Tool catchy task. Undesalatici. Artisit.
Vitello, che passano, se bamba me forte doma.
So he's got his nice little lumberjack place, and I am going to absolutely wreck this. And I think this makes a nice break time. The second one I finish this. 3 missions, I think it's quite a good sort of sample for a stream. Been a bit quiet tonight. I think we've been a bit quiet on the stream, but I'm sure we'll get some viewers afterwards eager to see the game in action. Always nice to stream it, although I do prefer streaming it for doing the actual videos because we get to do nice higher quality content. But it's always nice to actually, these streams are a good way to chat over it as well. So I think I'm going to break this, and that is going to be it.
Bisara te suntu rorikashe.
Yeah, so listen to the voice of reason by smashing up his can. That's a great way to get people to listen to you. So I'm guessing each of the Orc clans has different elemental things. So you start with Hellfire. The Hellfires, I believe, once you do them, I think you get control of the various big units. You'll notice that you had the red Goblin Archer units from the Hellfires.
Tena set unte. Aritres imu maratse tun farak. Zafete.
We capture it.
Forsetunde.
It's black but shiny. Me show you. Okay, he's about to blow himself up, isn't he?
Letale.
No, wait. Boom.
Tol kashesun. Tetundaka tu so.
So yep, I'm going to finish there as we're an hour into the stream just about, and I don't really want to start another mission because we're going to have to wade through it. So this has been Goblin Commander Unleash the Hordes, released in 2003 in America, and it was developed by and published by Jaleco. I believe it was Jaleco's US division. There were a couple of versions of Jaleco over the years, so it's an interesting one. I would actually recommend this if you fancy sort of an RTS on console. Not the most advanced game, and it does seem to keep console units quite limited, I assume, to keep up the frame rate, but it's a nice enough game. Plays well. I don't think it's the most biggest game, but you got 2-player skirmish, so it's all in all very well put together, so I can't really fault it too much. I think perhaps it would be nicer to get more units a bit quicker. I think definitely the start's a little bit slow, as you're seeing from there. We are sort of covering, but it does feel the first 2 missions are very much the tutorial, and this 3rd mission was the first of the main campaign. There are various each of the different fractions has different units. I think you've got the undead one. What sort of going on there? That's the stone guys there. There's the Hellfires have got all the archers. There's a wizard goblins and stuff that are the purple ones, sort of shamans and a few other bits and bobs. So there's lots to sort of unlock as you progress over. I think it didn't get released. I think it was like 2005 on some formats and 2003 and 4 pending where you are. I think 2003 it was the US. I think it came out in Europe a lot later. This did go a bit by the a little bit unknown, but it's actually worth picking up. I think the problem is Jaleco Entertainment, which was one of their later versions, the original Jaleco, which is literally called Jaleco, or Japan Leisure Company. It's actually the abbreviation for Jaleco. Still actually quite a nice game, and again, if you want to play something similar to Warcraft on the GameCube, this is your best bet. Certainly probably better than the Army Man game, I imagine, and probably a bit more to truer RTS than, say, Pinkman. So, good fun. Certainly worth cracking, and not that expensive either. We have led our forces into battle. So I'm going to finish there. I've been your host for this video, Random Gamer Riven. Thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this video, and as always, I'll be back tomorrow with another stream. I might do, as one of the guys asked in our comments, do Metroid Fusion tomorrow. If not, I might do another game. I will do Metroid Fusion in the week. Another guy asked about Kingsley, so I may well do Kingsley. Maybe I'll do Fusion and Kingsley Thursday and Friday. I think I might do Kingsley. I know we've done a video of it, but I can commentate on different bits, because Kingsley's quite an interesting game. And so I think it just leaves me to do set up one tomorrow. And the fight night will be something on Friday. We haven't actually sat down to decide what the fight night will be this week, so we'll figure it all out. Thanks for watching the stream. I've been your host, Random Gamer Riven, and good night for now.